Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be recording our review here on Nightmare on Elm Street 4. This movie took me quite a bit longer to get to just due to the fact that I was moving, so I had to pack, move, unpack, and I'm finally just now getting to a point where I have settled down in the new place and can start watching all these movies again. So I do apologize for the month delay on several uploads, but I got the short out the other week, and then we're just kind of getting back on into it. But this movie comes in at the number two spot here within my Nightmare on Elm Street movies, which I know for quite a few people is going to be a bit of a hot take. This mainly being due to the fact that I know the fourth Nightmare on Elm Street, like when reading reviews and what everyone else, talks about, they just don't like the movie, and they think it's just kind of a corny movie that doesn't make any sense, which I can understand to an extent because there's a lot of parts within all of these movies, to be completely honest, that are a little bit corny and don't always like make complete sense on why they took the approach they did. But for me, I just feel like it works. We follow at least I think it was two or three of the characters from the last movie who have the ability to get away from Freddy in that movie and take him out. And we kind of see them back here within this movie. Freddy's brought back to life by a dog peeing on his grave, which I thought was probably one of the stupidest things I could have done. But that's about the only knock I have here for this movie. Everything else like worked pretty well in my opinion. We see these characters fighting back against Freddy in the dream world, which I personally love. They all kind of had their own unique ability that allowed them to kind of, have some sort of control over Freddy, which I personally think is something a lot of these movies lack, is because no one has control over Freddy in these movies. So like they took a different approach, and I personally like the way it worked. They led to a lot of action within this movie, which I love. I'm really big on having, action and a really quick paced movie. And I think it worked really well here within this movie. And I really enjoyed everything visually that they did. There's a few, corny things, but oh well. And the other thing I really love is like Freddy never really does the same thing ever in any of his movies. Everything is unique, and I love that from the directors here with in these movies and within this franchise as a whole because it would just be kind of annoying if it was, like a Michael Myers where he's just using the knife every single time and it's kind of more so the same. But what Halloween really does well is storytelling in in some of the movies. But within Nightmare on Elm Street, you don't necessarily need like the best storytelling. You just kind of need the different type of kills from Freddy, and I think they just continue to do that here within this movie. These are probably some of the crazier kills within the franchise. I personally think so. If you're watching with your kids, I might sway against that, but as a whole, if you're a horror fanatic like myself, I highly recommend this movie and this franchise, and that's all I got for you guys today.